Hello! We're here to finish Shadow Generations. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Got cold. Got real cold. Real fast.
Yep. We had fall for about 2 days.
Quite literally. Because I remember literally, I want to say 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was sweating all the time when I was outside. Now all of a sudden it's like 25 degrees. Very cool. Very cool.
Anyway, I'm glad that we stopped last time because there actually is a 6th level, so I take that back. I think I said this game only had 4 levels. But the 6th level is very weird.
Good. We like weird.
How do I get back up?
That's the thing. You don't.
That'd be awesome. Alright,
Why can't you just use Shadow's jump real high power? He's got one of those, right?
Yeah, dude.
Look at that.
I mean, he can teleport upwards if he does that weird melee thing. So I don't know why he can't just do it on command. Oh, I remember this.
He's got to follow the rules. Oh yeah, do the weird thing. Yeah. What was that? Oh, just bringing these out.
Yeah, he goes, ugh, every time he does it. That's why these next 2 levels are weird, because you can just fly over everything.
Do you remember when you could just type any name plus the hedgehog into DeviantArt and find something?
I mean, you still can.
Yeah, DeviantArt still like exists, right? Like it's not as popular, right?
No.
But I assume they also don't purge stuff off of it unless it's like literally illegal or whatever. I forget what my Steel. It was like Steel the Hedgehog or whatever.
Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
Cold Steel. Thank you. That's the one. I think that's literally the origin of Nothing Personnel, kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a big bio of him saying stuff, and it's just the most cringy 13-year-old crap in the world.
It sucks because, like, first of all, it's, like, not a bad drawing, especially for, like, a 13-year-old. If it was, like, a 35-year-old man, you'd be like, oh, okay. But the crappy part is, like, I hope no one knows who did it, because the person who drew it's probably just, like, a normal human being now, like a normal functioning adult. And, that would feel bad. Like that, one Sonic kid, I don't even know his name, but the one who always went, "You freaking fricks!"
I think his name's Sammy.
And he's gotta be, like, a literal, like, 20-something-year-old now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do not like the culture of, like, the Kiwi Farms culture, where you just find someone and then ruin their life. It's like, that's not cool, dude.
Yeah, like...
Just because they're a little, like, weird.
Who's worse, the lolcows or, like, the people who obsess over them? Like...
It's definitely the people that obsess
right?
over them.
Like... I wouldn't want to spend any amount of time with, like, Darkside Phil, for example, but I sure as heck would choose him over someone who, like, is like, I have 4,000 hours of watching DSP streams because I hate him. I'd be like, wow, you are way worse. No!
Oh, I don't get my power back, because that'd be at 50 rings.
It's literally over. But yeah, especially if it's, like, a kid. Like, ugh, that's rough.
What the heck? How did I even do that?
Although one that does, I don't even know who did it, and I hope it's just like an anonymous person, but one who lives rent-free in my head is the Teen Titans comic where Cyborg keeps talking about hitting the showers. Like, I think about that probably once, like, every couple of weeks. Let's go hit the showers!
I know what you mean, but I definitely don't think about it every week.
I don't know why, like, I think it's because, Ferris used to watch Teen Titans Go a lot, and I think that comic was based off of Go, maybe? I don't know. But Teen Titans Go was always pretty funny. I don't like the, like, edge of the normal Teen Titans. But I just think of how funny that is. That literally within like a 5-page comic, he talks about going and hitting the showers like 6 times. And I'm like, do you have something to say to me?
It's fine. Still the best comic of all time. It's relevant because we're playing a Sonic game as Tails gets trolled. Anyone who hasn't read it, you should read it because it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. That's the one where, is that the one where, like, also there's a bunch of other characters like Bugs Bunny and stuff like that?
Yes, like a bunch of Nintendo stuff.
Yeah. Joke's on you, I was only pretending to be.
Wile E. Coyote is like a main character.
There was a, I was looking up random Looney Tunes stuff the other day, and there is a Looney Tunes episode where Wile E. Coyote catches the Roadrunner, but the gimmick of that one is the Roadrunner, like, I think he ingests, like, a potion and becomes, like, 5,000 feet tall. So Wile E. Coyote certainly catches up to him and catches him, and he's like... He literally holds up a sign that says, "Alright, now what do I do?" Because, obviously, he's, like, Godzilla size. I forget the name of it. There's also a Tom and Jerry where Tom, like, dies. Like a piano falls down the, stairs and smacks him. And he goes up to heaven, and the person working the pearly gates is essentially like, you need to get Jerry to forgive you, and then we'll let you in. At the end, it's kind of a cop-out. At the end, it ends
Why
up...
did it... I was holding R2 the entire time. Why did it drop out for no reason?
It's literally over. At the end, it ends up being like a dream or whatever, like he was just knocked out. But still, for like a 1930s or whatever cartoon, that is certainly something. Oh, also there's like obviously a bunch of other animals up there in heaven, and like a bunch of them were like adult cats that were like hit by a car and stuff like that.
Just going through walls.
But there's one where it's a burlap sack of a bunch of kittens that were like clearly like drowned or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, Looney Tunes were hardcore.
That is.
I mean, I guess that is a meme that I'm familiar with, that, like, 100 years ago, if you had a bunch of animals you didn't want, you just, like, put them in a sack and drown them? At least society's better in that way now.
Yeah.
But yeah, going down rabbit holes for, literally, get it? Rabbit holes for Looney Tunes, it's Bugs Bunny, is always fun.
Ha 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 ha.
Kill the wabbit,
Oh.
kill the wabbit.
This is weird. All the Act 2s up to this point have been, like, 2D stages. This one's still full 3D, so... Also, this level's the first level of Sonic Adventure 2, which is very weird, considering that the first level you do in this game is the final level of Sonic Adventure 2. It's kind of... Like, I get what they were trying to go for. Whoops. I get what they were trying to go for. It's like... You have this power that you can fly over everything, so it's a little bit different, but it's a little weird.
It is.
The pacing's weird.
That is odd. They certainly are throwing a bunch of rings at you, so you get that 50 ring power up.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the hardest level. I'm not saying that it's easy. But...
I just like looking at lists of, like, the top whatever of some random thing, like... And there was always, like, a #1 Looney Tunes that was, like, on every list. It's Duck Amuck. It's pretty much, if I... Oh yeah, it's Daffy Duck, and I don't know if you remember, if you ever saw this one, Trev, but it's the one where, like, he's just going about his normal day, and then all of a sudden, like, the backgrounds start messing up, and instead of being, like, where he normally is, he ends up in all these, like, weird areas, and then the cartoonist represented as a hand drawing stuff starts, like, messing with him and, like, drawing all this weird, like...
Oh, that's a cool episode.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But literally, like, I was like, no way, and I looked at, like, 5 or 6 different, like, top lists, and it was always listed as #1. Like, IMDb, some random guy, any of that stuff, so... I was like, okay. I really was like, oh, it's going to be like rabbit season, duck season, or the opera one. I was like, oh, it's got to be the opera one. It was not. It was Duck and Buck every single time.
It's pretty cool. I'll probably forget this information in 5 seconds.
No!
But that's cool.
Well, it's, I mean, I feel like there's a level for like normies that are like, for anything you do, there's a level of normies when it's like best game of all time. Like at Thanksgiving, Ben was we were doing a thing where we were trying to guess the top rated games on Metacritic, and number one is literally Ocarina of Time, which I just don't personally agree with. I think it's great. I think it's very important. Is it the best game ever made? I don't think it's particularly close. I don't even know if it's the best Zelda game, to be honest with you. But it's a great normie answer for, like, what's the best game ever? Oh, Ocarina of Time, bro. Seriously.
I wouldn't say it's the best game ever made, and I do like Majora's Mask better, but I do quite like...
Of course, but if we're talking, like consensus...
No! No, why couldn't I do the stupid... R2 is the flight button. Why couldn't I do flight there?
If we're talking consensus best game of all time, it's just like I like old Simpsons, and almost every list you look at, the number one episode is
the one with the guy.
Marge versus the Monorail.
Yeah.
Is that
no? I thought it was the
the Hank Scorpio one. You only move twice.
No, the what's his name? Grimes.
Oh, Homer's enemy.
Yeah, that one. That's not number one?
No, it's like almost always Marge versus the Monorail.
Wow. That's weird to me.
Yeah, and I kind of disagree with that one. Although it's one of those things where it's not completely off, because it's definitely like a top 20 episode, even if you're being really hardcore, and probably top 10. My personal pick, if I had to guess right now, if I had to say right now, would be, it's called Cape Fear. It's the one where, Sideshow Bob gets out of prison, and the Simpsons move to Cape Fear to get away from him. There's a movie called Cape Fear, for those of you who don't know, starring I almost said Robert De Niro, where he's stalking a family, and they can't really stop him because he's like not doing anything illegal. And it's a very unique episode because there's no B plot. In like Simpsons and King of the Hill and Family Guy, there's always like a main plot and then a smaller B plot. Yeah. It's the only Simpsons that I know of that there's no B plot at all. It's just following that the whole time, which is like really unique. Almost every single animated sitcom, or sitcom in general, has a B plot, so it's weird that that one doesn't. And that's the one with Die Bart Die. No, the Bart the. I watched that one recently, and I was like, oh. Every couple of years, I go back and watch some Prime Simpsons, and I'm like, I'm going to watch these, and they're not going to be funny anymore, and I'm going to be really disappointed. And every time, it's still good.
When I went through the first 10 seasons 4 a year ago, I laughed a lot. It's a timeless show.
Same thing with Seinfeld. I'm always like, oh man, I'm going to watch this episode and be like, oh god, it's aged horribly, and it just hasn't. Which is crazy. Because it's been, 25 years since the show's been.
I think the only season that has aged is season 1.
Yes.
It's whatever. Seinfeld season 1 also kind of sucks.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Seinfeld. Yeah, Simpsons and Seinfeld, season 1 is a little rough. I could take it or leave it. But even once you get to season 2 of Simpsons, it's already, like, amazing tier.
Although Family Guy, I don't know if season 1's my favorite, but I liked Family Guy when it had, like, a semblance of heart and it wasn't just, like, super cynical, like, mean-spirited.
Yes.
Everything after, even, like, season 3, like, it's good, but it's just not, you know, they don't even, like, attempt to make it, like, about anything.
Thermometer tracker, Meg. Every dad has one. Hey, did someone touch the thermostat? My kid over here. Trevor's having flashbacks from when CIB Ben worked at CIB. And we referenced the pilot episode of Family Guy like 40,000 times. Hey, Peter, your clock won't flush.
No.
It's over.
The first time I did this boss, it took me 20 minutes, so hopefully that... Oh, what? I have to do everything again?
Damn!
I can't believe I have to do everything again.
Pretty neat though. I like a lot of the chip damage you're doing.
One nuance that is like annoying is that when you push square to do the homing attack to his eye, you also in the middle of it very quickly have to press square again, or you only do like the first attack and you don't do like the punches. And if you do that, it takes like almost nothing. It's very annoying. But like you have to like just do it so.
Yeah, that's
fast.
something I don't even think I would like realize. Do you at some point, I'm guessing, have to use that like 50 ring attack thing that you've been using?
Yeah, this boss has 2 phases, and the second phase is all the flying wing thing.
Makes sense.
In fact, the first time I did this boss, I got him down. He gets another health bar as big as this one.
No!
And I got him down to like the final bar, and I ran out of rings, and you have to do the entire thing again.
Oh, it's like the supersonic kind of thing?
Yeah. This sounds like One Wing Angel right now.
It does sound like One Wing Angel. Yeah, so at Thanksgiving, Ben was having me guess. It was actually fun. I like stuff like that. Guess like he would give me like small hints on like what the next thing would be. I think we went to number 50 because obviously we had a bunch of time because the kids were playing and stuff. And man, I gotta tell you, for the top 50 games, I was like mostly impressed because I thought it was gonna be a bunch of like critical darlings. Like a bunch of indie stuff, like Gone Home and like Firewatch and stuff like that. But it really wasn't. Although there were like legitimately 6 GTA games on the top 50 of all time.
Oof. Oh.
I think even GTA 3 was on that list, and I'm like, I like GTA 3. But it is like...
I would not.
The only one that really should be on it, in my opinion, is San Andreas. But, like, GTA 4 was, like, top 20. I was like, dude, even when GTA 4 came out, people were, like, massively complaining about it. You gotta be kidding me. But it was a fun one. Ben was, like, surprised and also a little mad because it was, like, number, like, 15. He was like... okay, it's a Dreamcast game. And I was like, oh, NFL 2K. And he was like, what? And it was like literally NFL 2K1. And I was like, oh yeah, I knew that everyone loves that game. It's like universally loved.
I would have said Soul Calibur because people also really love that game.
Soul Calibur is also top 50 for sure. And it might even be listed higher than 2K. I kind of forget. But it was definitely like top 20, maybe 25. And again, the second he said Dreamcast, I was like, oh, it's NFL 2K.
That's really random.
I don't know why I know that. I just know that it got, like, legitimately universal praise. You probably know, maybe you know this, but that football game on PS2, NFL 2K5, is considered the best football game of all time still. I don't know if you know that.
Which one again?
NFL 2K5.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's
even
like...
I like that game.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's literally like $20 when sports games have literally no value.
And isn't that game, like, I kind of remember it released at $20.
It did.
So weird.
Dude, that was probably one of the biggest moggings of all time. And the funny thing is, so it came out the same year as, I guess it would be Madden 05. Yeah, it would be Madden 05. And the funny thing is, Madden 05 is also very good. It's not when Madden was crappy. So it's not like it's like comparing something amazing to something bad. But even then, ESPN 2K5 was like, yeah, this is $20. And everyone's like, oh my god, holy crap. Like, he literally destroyed Madden that year.
And then EA, like, that's the point where they bought like 10 years worth of exclusivity because they don't actually want competition.
And then they got freaking 10 more years or whatever of it. Which is just fantastic. It's amazing when you go back on it. Is that the end?
No.
Or no, the second one,
The
yeah.
second phase.
When
But
you look...
like that is like you have to like think about how that stupid I don't even remember what it's called anymore. That fish power up works. You have to like hold square while you're doing the grapple, but when you like land on a platform that doesn't have the goop or you use a spring, then you go back to normal and then you don't hold square. It's very weird.
Huh. It is very weird to go back to like PS2. Are you literally getting hints on the final boss?
Do you know how to use Doomwind? Oh yeah, just hold R2 the entire time.
And there's like 2 of each sports game that exist minimum, and sometimes there's like more. It's just crazy. Even NHL had 2 series going on, so people at least had a choice. And now these new sports games come out, and like
Everyone hates them.
everyone hates them. They immediately price drop from like $70 to $30 because they're, first of all, they're available on like EA's whatever, I forget what service they have, to play Madden for quote-unquote free. And then they just want to get you in so you play Ultimate Team. So they're like, hey, Madden's on sale for $20. Oops, you spent $200 on Madden Ultimate Team. Isn't that silly? I know your tricks, Mariachi. At least he craps out a bunch of rings pretty often.
You can stun him during this, but I'm doing it wrong somehow.
Do you ever get to near to him to do a big attack?
Yeah, I've been given like 3 or 4 opportunities, but it just isn't working for some reason. I almost want to just reset, but I don't know if like resetting is going to restart the entire battle.
Oh, like to the very first stage. Ooh, I wouldn't.
Like I really want to.
Yeah, but if you die, then you'll just start over here.
I can't die. It's exactly like Supersonic, where the only way I die is I run out of rings. But you run out of rings really slow. I have a feeling that I'm going to waste 10 minutes, but oh well.
Why? Is there a point where you get to it where you can't do it anymore, or he stops releasing rings?
Yeah, but there's so many... When you go through those rings, you really don't get that many out of them. The net loss is going to be more than what I get. And the controls are really weird, too.
There we go. Boy, this music they have, like, so far in the background. Has Crush 40 fallen that far?
It's the complete opposite in Sonic Adventure 2, where the music's so loud you can't hear anything.
Right! I guess it's because this guy, Dr. Claw, aka Neo Devil Doom, constantly talks, but there's no, like, subtitles. He's like, oh, come get me, boy. Nice. I mean, you got a bunch of hits in.
Doing okay. I mean, it's half health. I have 50 rings left. No! Whenever he does the vertical attack, it's so hard to avoid. It's not like it does anything. It just wastes time. It doesn't even look like my rings
Your
go
rings
down.
didn't go down. You had 50.
It just wastes... I guess it's just to make you get worse rank.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, notice how specifically they don't ever, or rarely give you rings in a line like they just did. It's normally like this big circular thing, which is not helpful in the least.
Okay, there. I guess I should hold down. I should just hold down and boost the entire time. We're doing okay.
We literally have got this. Yeah, I was curious if this was on a loop, and it certainly looks like it's
It
on
definitely
a loop.
is.
Yeah. Whee! Yeah, if you do those, that is a good amount.
Just the nuances. Okay, down to 30 rings. As you can see, I'm just losing rings just all the time. It's gonna be close.
This might. Boy, this.
Nice.
Oh yeah, cool. Chaos control.
I actually pushed the wrong button there. I'm so glad there's no fail state.
What did you press?
I had my hand like rubbing the back of my neck, so I just pushed R2 just by instinct.
Mash!
Mash square for half a second.
Man, it's like I'm actually there.
It's like I'm really shadow.
You know what game would be so cool, but would instantly cause people to, like, get very sick, is a Sonic the Hedgehog VR game.
At first person.
Yeah. I guess
What
like
if when
humans aren't ready for that. I feel like our brains aren't developed enough for that.
What
But
if-
man, that'd be fun.
What if when you jump, you actually do like you have to do the POV spin like view?
Okay, that is instant.
I've always thought about that when I like playing Metroid Prime, which is also an FPS. If you actually had like Samus's space jump like spinning around, that'd be funny.
Funny and unusable.
They have the screw attack in Metroid Prime 2, but like it's very weird because when you use it, like she'll do the spin, but then it goes to third person. It's very weird.
Speaking of that, Metroid Prime 4!
One day,
Nope, Switch 2, day 1.
I see everyone being like, "Where's Switch 2?" It's like, do you want Nintendo to like completely cannibalize their holiday sales? Of course, they're not going to announce it during this time, this month.
I'm very curious how many games they're gonna sell because it's Switch. It just is what it is. But I'm curious how many units of the system they're gonna go through.
D.
Wow. Because like
Next rank was 2 minutes 30 seconds.
there's already like 150 something million Switches out there. Like, how many more need to be sold brand new? Like, I don't know.
They could. One thing that would make me instantly buy one day one is that if they had some sort of backwards compatibility program that also like enhanced like frame rates. Because I like the Switch, but man, some games run really rough on it, even first-party Nintendo games. But if it was like Switch 2 can play Switch 1 games all 60 FPS or 50% performance bonus,
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think that would like sell 100 million Switch 2s just by itself.
It would also make original Switches like immediately lose so much value.
It is what it is. I don't think that Nintendo or any other company really wants to...
They care about like the older.
They don't care about the old hardware, and also just creating a new ecosystem at this point is like a really bad idea.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Like the Wii U to the Switch. The Switch can't play any Wii U games.
I see what you're saying.
If
Okay.
they did like Switch 2 is like incompatible with everything, it'd be very bad.
I just couldn't imagine them doing that.
Really?
I think the only reason why Nintendo got away with it is because the Wii U was such a horrible disaster bomb, and no one cared about it.
And they eventually, quote unquote, made right by just porting everything to it, to the Switch. Every Wii U game to the
Talking
Switch.
about that, I saw someone trying to fake like a Kirby and the Rainbow Curse or whatever it's called on Wii U as like a port, but it was like some just like fake mock-up. It's like, why would you even bother? Who cares?
It doesn't even
about
make
that
sense
game?
because it was an all touchscreen thing.
Well, that I don't think that super matters. They've gone away with like Captain Toad is like an almost entirely like touchscreen.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like it's not like perfect, but they like just give you like a pointer on screen that you can control with like the analog stick, and it works. It's fine.
See, I didn't know that. Maria.
And the awkward thing is that the Switch literally does have a touchscreen, but like almost no game uses it. It's like, why do they even put it on there?
Yeah, the only reason I know that is when I test systems out, I use that to go through the options and stuff like that, like the menus.
And it's like a way better touchscreen. It's capacitive instead of resistant like the Wii U and 3DS. But barely any game uses it, because if you use it, you have to play the game portably only. And they don't want that.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
I guess they could sell some weird, like, Apple has like a magic trackpad thing where you buy it separately, but that sounds super awkward. If Nintendo did something like that. Oh, it's over.
That was it was a quick ending.
It was. I mean, it is just like DLC.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So if you just play through it, it's like, what was it? Yeah, less than 3 hours. Definitely don't buy this game just for the shadow mode. It's alright. There are like hard mode extra missions you can do, but...
Although you didn't... I mean, if you're like a completionist and you want to get like S rank on everything, that would take you...
I would say if you get all the collectibles, find everything, and do the hard mode thing, and get S and everything, you can get like 8 hours out of it.
Yeah. Definitely worth it if you haven't played Sonic Generations. At that point, for $50, the whole thing is very, very good, actually. But, yeah. Not just for this. Alright, guys. That finishes off with Shadow Generations. I don't know what game we'll be doing next, but I look forward to it.
It involves a village.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Get ready to get spooked, boys. Alright, see you next time. Bye!
Actually, Village is like the perfect like December game because it's all like snowy.
That is true.
It's very comfy.
That is true.
Okay. Bye.